Let me make sure it's recording. Hold on. Yep, we're good. Okay. So then you're going to move it, and again, pin this so that the layers don't get out of whack. And then we're going to do this again. So we're going to put this down. And we're going to draw. And this is not like it's a wedding gown or anything, so, you know, it is what it is. It's not the most perfect thing in the world. So now that we have that, we're going to pin. Now we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut them out right on that blue line. Okay, there's number one. I'm going to throw the junk away. Okay, there's that. Now I cut pretty close up here, so I'm just going to cut this. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to throw that away. So now these are all, the pieces that we did were the fronts. So now we have stuff to make the front. So the way that this is going to be, when it's done, this is the middle seam. And then this is the seam where the elastic goes for the ears. So we're going to sew these two, we're going to sew along this stretch right here to create two pieces that fold out. And when we do that, it's going to form a cup so that it has dimension to it. So now what we're going to do, we can just unpin all these because we have bunches of them now. See how I like to fall apart. Okay, now we're at the end, so you want to sew that around a little bit. You want to circle it a couple times, and then you want to circle it and go and take your needle back through the loop, three times, and it makes it secure. Gives it a little bit of a knot. Okay. So then you cut your thread, and now you take your pins out, and what you have when you turn it inside out is a piece that looks like this. Look at that. So what happens is, when they wear this, this goes over the nose like that. And we're going to go like this. Oops. Okay. So I'm going to pin these together just so that the fabric doesn't slip and slide. And a hint on when you're cutting fabric, you should always leave it as flat on the table as possible. Because if you pick it up and move it around, it bends it and you may not be accurate. Not that that's super duper important when you're making these, but if you were doing a pattern for a dress or a blouse or something like that, you'd want it to be as accurate as possible. So, here we go. Rethread my needle. Can use a needle threader for this too, but so far I can still see. Sometimes after you've used your thread, it becomes a little frayed at the ends, and it's harder to thread the needle. So you just want to clip it just a little bit, give it a nice straight edge. Helps to get a little wet. Oh heck. There we go. Okay, we're done. So then you go back where you were. In and out. Can you see that? In and out. And in and out. Well, shoot. I lost my needle again. See, I should have used more thread. Okay, we're going to carefully try to finish this. The problem that I'm having is because I didn't leave my thread tail long enough, and I'm working a little close to the end of the piece of thread, and it's not so easy. Okay, I made it to the end. And I'm going to have to pull my thread through. There we go. Okay, so again, we're going to take some stitches and go all the way around. Thread the needle again, make a knot, and just go in and out. Turn this edge down about 1/4 of an inch and go in and out. So again, I'm just going in and out. Like this. Okay, so see on the front, you got this little nice edge, and then we're going to, again, secure it by making a little loop, going through the loop. So can you see that? Make a little loop, go through the loop, and then we're going to clip the threads, and that's that. So now we're going to do the other side. So you're just going to kind of finger press it down, pin it, because it's always easier if things are pinned. Because if you pin things, you don't have to hold them as you go. It just kind of takes care of itself. So then we make another knot. Now I'm making sure my thread is plenty long enough this time. So I'm going to come up from underneath so I don't have any knots showing. So I'm going to come up from underneath. See how underneath is here? Right? Like that. And again, you want to do a couple little stitches